with Gonzaga. They never trailed in that game, but the Bulldogs got it down to 1 as C.J. Cox with the steal up ahead to Braden Smith, and Purdue is on the board first.
Well, you know, good ball movement that time, but he's another 42-43% three-point shooter. Those three guys out there, Cryer hasn't made one yet.
Kaufman-Renn banging around with Roberts. Kaufman-Renn now doubled, gets it out. Into the corner it goes to Smith for 3. Yes.
Some great signs so far. Lawyer hitting the 3, Garcia hitting the 3.
Garcia, the Southland Conference Player of the Year and the tournament MVP in their conference tournament. But as Steve pointed out, 0 for 6 in Thursday's win over Clemson. Lawyer almost was ready to launch again. Now finds Kaufman-Renn on the wing.
Oh, they came to get him that time.
Braden Smith, a corner 3. Wide open.
Defense.
There's Parker. Out this time in the rebound to Jakari Harris. We met with Matt Painter yesterday. He called McNeese riverboat gamblers. And it's hard to prepare for that sometimes.
You know, they go for steals, but if they don't get that steal, now you have a 5 against 4, and it gets tough at that point.
Shoemate described his team as controlled chaos.
You know, you have to do calculated risks, too.
Smith rattles it in.
He's really doing something on this end because this is a clinic offensively.
Kaufman-Renn misses inside, but Harris bails him out with the offensive board.
And this guy shoots 60% from the field. Boy, he never misses those.
Smith, one eye on the basket, one eye on Kaufman-Renn. He'll take that 3 and make it.
Not the strength of his game. He's a 30% three-point shooter. He takes it to the basket. That was a real bonus for him.
Good defense by Kamani Hamilton. Smith recovers and answers with a 3.
Yeah, I mean, this kid.
So an early break for the Boilers, who had some time off. They lost to Michigan in the Big Ten quarterfinals. Matt Painter said they used this time off to rest. Did not do anything Saturday and Sunday. A light practice on Monday as Smith hits another. He had some payback this year, although it wasn't easy against Winthrop. They were down 15 points with 15 minutes to go in the game. Came back to beat Winthrop and advance to the tournament for the first time as Smith hits another.
Now they got in the lane off the dribble. So right now the Purdue defense not as set as it was in the first half.
On this end of the floor, Kaufman-Renn has made his last 5 shots. Here's Braden Smith, and he is back in the scoring column.
Hey, you know, Kaufman
1 or more in a game. Johnston, deep 3, no good. Harris, another rebound. And Matt Painter is saying, let's slow things up a little bit.
Yeah, because you know why? They want to go through number 4.
Smith, this time he's able to finish. And I agree. Back in with 4:35 to play. Shot clock at 20.
Pick and roll. This has been like a tape on pick and rolls.
Smith, deep 3. It's good.
Better job of boxing out. In the corner, Donaldson tries again. 0 for 2 for Trey Donaldson. It really hasn't been just a Trey Donaldson problem. You know, the last 9 games, Michigan shooting 24% from 3. And Smith with the play last June or July. Danny Wolf and Vlad Golden have established quite the chemistry playing together. Smith, step back 3 is good. We're gonna. Smith working against Cheddar. Up and under. Short though. Smith with the offensive rebound. Swinging around the first. 8 to shoot. Smith, step back 3. Got it. That's the second time. Wolf turns the corner. Ball batted out of his hands by Harris. Made a play on it. Harris lost the dribble himself on the sideline. Gets some help from Cox. Skip out to Smith, and he'll reset. Smith. Great jump stop. And finally caught the rim. And he's been fading away. Shake out that left elbow. Purdue down 11 will go to work. Well, we said it earlier. If Trey Donaldson can't get it going, this Michigan team cannot reach their potential here in the NCAA tournament. Good to see Auburn. So you got that winning pedigree. Only a guy that wants to do his work in the painted area. And a foot injury kept him out all of January. They could have really used him. Braden Smith losing his balance. Good play by Caleb First. They got the mismatch with Caleb First and Yates, but we'll see how Purdue decides to attack. There's Kaufman Wren back out to Braden Smith for three. Got a lot of opportunities in that to shoot. Yates, contested three. Grazes the rim. Smith, the blow by. Well, no communication right there on the pick and roll.
One of the great loud venues in college basketball. Purdue first.
Just a minute, right now. The Illini go a little in a man. And the key is Smith. How did they play him? How did they tag him? How did they handle the ball screen?
And how much room to roam does he have over the course of the ball game? There it is, right down the ball. Jonas has been pass first. Boswell missed the three.
Good check out. Oh, gosh, right there, too.
An unsettling tone from the crowd right now with Illinois trailing by 4.
Look at him turn the corner. How about that? Electrifying with talent.
That point's
efficient. A lot of talent on the floor.
Smith doesn't need much room at all.
How about that in the big draft?
It back, he'll set another screen. He got a little piece of the oncoming Gibbs Lawhorn, and they finish with him. He missed it.
Nice rebound. First, who's very good at the glass.
Smith in the corner, buries it.
They switched defensively. Excuse me. Record shows on Smith right now.
He will inbound. Pull up foul line.
He's so tough. They do.
As loud as it's been tonight in this building. Close quarters, Smith and Kaufman Wren. Smith, that pure fadeaway.
Nice help by him.
Humrickhouse snapped it off. Gibbs Lawhorn, no dice. Rebound at the end line to Burgess, and a shot clock up.
And that was first with the challenge on that jump shot. Automatic switch. Smith chased him out.
Two Big Ten tournament winners. Smith turned the corner again and dropped it in.
Look at this play off the back.
Oh, wow, and they missed it right on the doorstep.
They don't have that play with the right hand.
Smith wide open, they went under, and he buries it for the lead.
As Harper drills a three.
What a big swing right there. Looks like Purdue has a defensive rebound. Instead, it's a flagrant one. You get 2 foul shots, and Dylan Harper drills a corner three.
Remember, this is a Rutgers team that went up big in the first half and in the second half against Michigan, led by 8 going into the break, up by 12 about midway through the second half before Michigan made their comeback and eventually the game winner from Amari Burnett.
Good job by Rutgers there handling that inverted pick and roll. They switched it out, but Braden Smith makes it. That's the thing about Lathan Somerville. When he's got the ball and he's wheeling and dealing, it's probably not coming out. But he has been the guy that can find ways to score.
7 points on 2 of 4 shooting for Somerville to go with 2 rebounds after 17 points and 3 boards. Smith. Back to Williams on a reload. Off the screen, Williams floats it up, in and out. Smith feeling it now after a couple of threes. Off the screen, right back to his spot. Splash! And it was a beauty. Drive and kick. Durkac's three. Well short. Smith three. Got it! Harper tries to step up, playing with the 2 fouls. Step away. Smith. No.
Well, you can get that down any time, but what a rebound by Caleb First.
Smith got it that time. 46% from the floor. Pocket pass, Somerville bulldozing inside. No foul, no make. Smith, fine, lawyer, pump, extra. It's Smith, a three. Kaboom!
Wanted to sit Piscataway, and He's been a guy, as the score has ballooned, and he still played hard.
Lawyer thought about it. Smith trying to find him another open look. Smith will take and make.
The junior from Gardena, California. Point guard, back door, they lift good, ball deflected, Kaufman rim. Smith in traffic, straight to the bucket, left hand off the glass.
I say, yeah. I don't know if you're willing to put in the work. And the hours right now to perfect that jump shot.
Smith turns the corner hard, gets to the cup, and lays it in softly. No.
On the offensive end for this UCLA team.
11-8. Full court pressure now being applied by the Bruins. Purdue's been shaky with the basketball turnover-wise in the last few. Smith, a three. Got it. Smith, one of the best in the Big Ten. Sebastian Mack, out of his hands. Save. Braden Smith with numbers. Leaves his feet. Baseline. Harris. Smith, quick release. Good. And now we start the second half. Purdue with the basketball. Smith, Lawyer, first. Kaufman Ren and C.J. Cox. Kaufman Ren. Lawyer looking inside. Kaufman Ren draws a double team. Skip pass. Cox kicks. Smith. Pure. Smith. Rotten. Smith, a three. Got it. 8 to shoot. Braden Smith leads it. Kaufman Ren. He's got 29. Rims off. Ball batted around. Heidi with a rebound. Smith takes a picture. Smith. Against Wisconsin. 70-60. 10-point game. Time not on UCLA's side now. They trail by as many as 10 in the first half. Now down 70-60. They trail by as many as 12 in this half. Smith, he's been the straw. Pulls up.
Ballo ran right under the basket, and what can you do? He's a massive person. Can't do anything about it.
Indiana doubling up Purdue in points in the paint. They lead by 6. Smith looking for his first field goal, and he's got it. That missed column. And he can't. The loose ball tracked down by Smith. Smith over Goody for 3.
It's like the season worst three-point shooting team in the Big Ten. Zapawa got free again. First came over on the help, knocked it away. Kohler late clock sprint.
C.J. Cox, and now a run out.
The leak out to Smith for the deuce.
And that's what Purdue did not get again over the top for those Michigan State bigs.
Quick pace to this game in the early going. Purdue already with 4 second chance points. They won't need any here. Braden Smith, that inside Akins. In a crowd, back outside, Holloman's 3. In and out. Shots will be there for the Spartans. Smith will slow it down. Trying to find some organization with this group. Drives on Holloman. Smith to his spot for the bucket.
Well, those count because
Kohler, 23 points last game. Richardson, too strong. Long rebound to Smith. Crowd wanted a foul on the hold. 5.5 to play in the first. Kaufman Ren, tough catch, extra. Like some contact, no whistle came.
Michigan State doing a nice job on some of these hard hedges of not giving up easy passing angles to Kaufman Ren. They're really making Braden Smith work for it.
Smith will step into it. Splash!
Right as I say that.
Largest lead for the Spartans tonight. Smith. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Fiddler's coming.
Jason Richardson in the building as well.
Paul Davis is sitting behind us.
Yeah. It's a who's who at Breslin Center so far. Kaufman Ren, kick. Can Heidi do it again? This time he hesitated.
Just made one.
Instead of Smith.
That's always a good option.
5 points and 6 assists. Leave it for Carr. Knocked away. Good hands by Lawyer. Smith in transition. Lob it inside. And there's Heidi, maybe a little bit hampered by the injury.
With that ankle there.
Lawyer, kick. Smith fires. Got it. A three.
Braden Smith
to play in this first half. 7 points now for Klesmit. That leads the Badgers. Kaufman-Wren one-on-one with Winter.
And here's Smith. Screens. Gets a bump. This is where he's great. Get the guy in his hip. Say goodnight.
Janicki. Tanje. That step-back jumper is a weapon, so you have to respect it. And that's why he's been penetrating to the rim. Smith
always peeking, looking. Tough.
Probing and scoring.
Lose pressure. And good rebounding efforts early by Purdue. That was something Matt Painter really wanted to stress after he felt they were lackluster at times against USC despite the dominant performance. Smith at his spot. That's too easy. But he is killer all season. Get it inside. Burnett. And he had it stripped. Another turnover, just as we saw in the first matchup. It's Smith in transition for three.
got sent over that stretch.
Both teams come in with a 4-game winning streak. Smith shakes on Donaldson. Stops, pops, hits.
With a physicality taking any. Purdue, obviously they're willing to let him take it. And Ryan Golden unable to connect.
Now 9 for 19 on the season. Smith again.
I mean, that's a legal screen. It's physical. He's efficient. He's a great teammate. He's a great communicator. And he's one of those holdovers alongside Namari Burnett that's made a massive difference for Dusty May this season.
Smith has gotten into takeover mode with this second unit. He's got Cox back on the floor for Harris. He wants to just go to work against Burnett. Cross, drive, float. Gets the roll. That
his offensive game, but he also leads the conference in defensive rebounds. So you get him back out there. This is not like Purdue of last year where the rebounding is such a strength. In this game tonight, Purdue dominating the offensive glass.
Smith.
To your point, the Braden Smith to Trey Kaufman-Wren assist combo, the most in college basketball.
And now Smith says, I'll do it myself. And Dusty May has said every time he's been in there, he's been positive. Even if it's not in the scoring column, he's been a positive force on both ends of the floor.
They're going to need his defense here. It's going to be Braden Smith pick and roll. Reuben Jones is going to be tasked with slowing that down.
Under 3 to play. Smith with a lane. Smith with the bucket.
Boy, it looks like Michigan.
Lawyer can run and will inbound with 39.6 remaining. In for Smith. See how much they can use and how quickly they can get a good look. Michigan fronting on the outside. Cox bouncing. Smith
pressure bothering the Boilermakers.
25 seconds remaining. Off the screen from Burgess. Smith against Cheddar. He'll rise. He'll hit. In Cheddar out. 16 and a half left. Lawyer in for Smith. Taking his time. 13 seconds left. Great screen from Burgess. Smith. Oh, an ankle breaker. Smith. Bullseye.
Their yard one-on-one.
Smith saw that coming. Yates trying to get back. Braden Smith, the extra step and scores.
Messi with your rebounding.
Going to miss three. One and done for USC. Smith saw that lane open up. Nobody stopping the ball. Assist for Braden Smith. Coleman knocking down his second three. Yates, no. Smith coming off a 31-point game. Purdue basketball social media team, the Buddy the Elf bits.
Yes.
Brilliant. Incredible. Brilliant. That floater.
5 was points so far.
It's a great job. There's Payton attacking once again.
Rebound, Cam Heidi, one of the 3 or 4 players that will play regularly off of the bench for the Boilermakers. Fade away Braden Smith. Not many point guards will. Farewell. Cam Heidi, nice play. Saves it to Colvin. Top assist man in the Big Ten. Braden Smith eyes the bucket and an easy lay-in.
Because
You expect Peyton Sanford to get a bunch of shots, but Josh Dix, you referenced it at the top of our telecast, Paul. He came in scoreless last game, and he had 9 days to think about that. I mean, that's a sour taste in your mouth, and I think the way he's played this first half, he's cleaned that out.
Well, Braden Smith just makes that last possession from 6-4. We approach the 2-minute mark. They'll look to get closer.
Josh Dix is a lot like a lot of us, Paul, in that he's probably his own worst critic. When he starts getting down on himself, you can see it in his game.
For the shot clock and the actual clock, 3 seconds to shoot. Dix in and out. 5 seconds. Braden Smith has 2 to shoot. Drills a 3.
He's going downhill.
Without Kaufman-Renn, he really took over the scoring responsibilities in that second half. Batted away by First. Goes to the ground. What a play by the senior. Smith, crossover to 2.
Cox is really putting a lot of heat on Felwell right now.
That's a true freshman doing that. They get it inside, or tried to get it inside. Turnover. Smith has Kaufman-Renn. Also could have pulled up himself. Now pulls the trigger and connects. The bench with those 2 fouls. Josh Dix to Felwell. He's open. Lines it up. And Smith with a rebound. Smith hit the 5-minute mark of the first half with only 2 points. He's got 18. Make it 21. Sanford quickly fires. And a rebound to Smith. Feels like a long time ago. Purdue was 2 for 13 shooting threes against Indiana over the weekend. There's another and another make.
To get up into them, the ball movement allowed Dix a clean look.
Double team Smith up top. They had success with that late in the first half. Created a couple of late turnovers. Shot clock down to 9. Smith, 26 points. Just inside of 6 minutes. Number 7 Purdue leads by 6 here in Iowa City.
Well, Laji Dembele's got the lower body strength to move Kaufman-Renn off that box.
Smith has 29.
Level is going to come on Oumar Ballo. Ballo's been fantastic. 8 straight games in double figures, 6 of those with double-doubles. But if that help side's not over, Ballo's going to have opportunities as a passer.
There's the mid-range. Braden Smith drops it in.
Just how Indiana guards him in pick-and-roll and handoff situations. If you're in drop, it could be a long night from the mid-range.
And if turnovers like that happen into posters like
They got tidbits of info. Facebook was a dangerous tool.
Were they on your MySpace?
Well, because if you weren't private, your photos were very good. And good things happening for the Hoosiers in that direction.
12 points a game last year. Big Ten all-freshman team. Again, not a great three-point shooting team at all. 32%, but he lifts them.
Him and Goody are really the 2 guys you've got to find at the three-point line.
Smith, countdown ongoing. Wow. He scores. Oh, that happened over the years, but maybe not in those practices. You never know.
That's not
Ballo sprays a balloon to Braden Smith, who scores.
Over the turnover.
5 straight misses for Purdue. Where are the answers offensively here, Rob?
You have to think it's going to be Braden Smith. I mean, he is the ultimate creator for this team. Get him going.
Here he is. Caged by Leo, and he still knocks it down. You get from 2 in terms of the power conferences, and those are 2 very good teams.
And Michigan State's been a bit baffling with their shooting. Last year a slow start for them, but they kind of figured it out. And they have not done that yet this year.
Smith for 2. That is so easy. Goody with 7. Goody missed it. Purdue fortunate there. Heidi took a spill. Braden Smith changing tempos to score.
Roll. You have him as the shake man raising behind. Play off the closeout and use your size to the rim.
The shake man.
The roll and replace.
No, I'm just trying to teach people basketball. Thank you for that.
That's a great question.
Great Smith. Got 2 more.
Protection. Look right now with First in foul trouble. Our biggest guy out there is Craig Kaufman-Renn at 6'8".
And give credit to Matt Painter, who has had a big guy basically the last decade at Purdue, and playing without that type of guy is
The search on the skip into the corner. Goody didn't take the shot. And Baca will. He missed it.
Goody's got to take that, because you're not getting a better look. Purdue rotates out. If as well as Goody shot it, I don't want him taking that one.
Instead, it leads to Smith for the tie. It's good.
He's got the floppy hand. And a steal. Braden Smith driving straight to the hole.
Well, like we just saw, the offensive rebound.
Burnett steps into a three. Short, loose ball rebounded by Braden Smith, and he'll rake it and take it into the front court. Smith keeps that dribble line. Shows it on the baseline. Teardrop.
Throw the ball a little bit higher for your big, but Golden able to retrieve that by his ankles and show off a soft touch inside.
He's coming off a 31-point game against Northwestern. Baseline fade. Smith.
At this point, it's not.
Golden looks inside. That one deflected. Roddy Gale Jr. couldn't get it to fall, and Smith the other way. Pick and roll, 16-footer. Smith.
Because out of their first 15 trips or possessions, they had 8 turnovers. The last 2, they've been positive, which means they're slowing down, getting a little bit more comfortable.
Smith off the dribble to the basket. Up and 3-on-3 here. Cross court. Casey rises. Smith keeps it from going out of bounds. He's got 6 rebounds. Smallest man on the floor. Now guarded by Wolf, the 7-footer. Stop the start. Gets to the hole and lays it down.
Possession of the second half.
Especially you big man. Now Golden, he's been bottled up. Stolen. Smith splits up and in.
I was pulling for the Lions too, man. I really wanted to see the Lions get there, bro.
We had a great season. Back-to-back division championships. Unfortunately, we came up a little short. The hope springs eternal. However, the whole city of Detroit, state of Michigan. Braden Smith hesitation. Fade away. Off the window, softly inside. Golden, nicely done.
Yeah, nice read by Golden, too, to relocate himself from kind of the right side of the basket, and he came up the key, received the pass from Gale Jr. Gale Jr. able to lay that in.
Lad Golden, 10 points, 5 boards. Now Smith in space, guarded by Gale. Smith baseline put up, and there's that mid. New shot clock. Golden has it ripped out of his hand. Looks like Kaufman ring. Smith drives, gets down.
Can't stick for the Ohio State offense. Got to move it from side to side. Can't just play isolation. Have to move Purdue's defense.
Boilermakers have it first. Our officials, Heine's Jeff Anderson, Tim Comer, and Thomas Nunez. Purdue looking for its 8th consecutive win to improve to 16-4 on the season and 8-1 in Big Ten play. Braden Smith, so smooth.
That's what he was doing. Has just left Bruce Thornton to go stunt or take other shooters. Thornton has found his rhythm. It's not good enough defensively by the Boilers.
Smith.
He comes down and lands before he's able to kick that to Bruce Thornton for 3.
Purdue holding on to this 1-point lead. Ohio State now up to 49% from the floor. Boilermakers at 51, but they're just 2 for 7 from 3. Smith off the screen. Fend off. Smith jump shot.
It's just so good.
TJ Bamba, they'd love to get him going offensively. Leaves it up top. Tipped up. Biddle no. Rebound. Kaufman ran.
Caleb First coming into the starting lineup is coinciding with this win streak for Purdue.
Little step.
Kwame Evans Jr. had that offensive rebound in his hand, and Trey Kaufman ran. Deboed it out of his hand.
Keyshawn Bartholomew in trying to guarded by Cox. That was the opening matchup to start the game, offense to defense. Evans thought about it and eventually let it go.
Kwame Evans has so much upside, Terry, but sometimes you don't even know he's on the floor.
Smith, the floater, that's just beautiful.
With authority to finish.
Brandon Angel doing a great job of looking over his left shoulder,
anticipate the double team in the post.
By the way, they just won't go away.
No,
they haven't been good offensively, but they won't go away.
Oh, man. I mean, just go up against Trey Coffin-Rand. I don't think that was wise.
So the lead is 6. Kind of a big possession here. Just under 3 to go. Braden. They were just late.
Being at shoot-around today, watching them run through their stuff. Really, really good stuff that they run.
Smith.
Could to become a better foul shooter if you knew that you were going to be at the foul line a lot? I would.
Makes sense.
Like, he's averaging 14 a game right now. If he was shooting 70, 75, he'd be averaging 18 probably.
And then you probably go to it more, right? You draw contact more. Smith.
You and I have been here a few times. This has to be the way Washington plays. Competing, scrapping, rebounding on the defensive end, but then moving the ball. Not a lot of isolation here early. Smith again.
Good luck stopping him. Well, they figured the last time we were here, we watched an incredible game against Illinois. Breidenbach couldn't handle that. Smith down to the ground to get it. Here comes Lawyer. Last Washington home game looked like they're going to get blown off the floor by Illinois. Smith breaks. Makai Mason.
Good
Chase
find.
Butler, and he can't beat it. He had the timing against the shot clock, but he couldn't finish.
Good find by Mason.
Wow, that just looks so easy.
And back in the game, I never thought I'd say that this year.
You thought after he hit 2 in the first half, that'd probably be it. Smith, what a find. He's on the receive. Never forced it. And what do we say at the half? You're going to look up and say, oh, Fletcher Lawyer's got a season average of 14. He's got 12 right now.
Impressive second half from Purdue.
So Purdue takes a challenge from Washington tonight as Smith hits the basket.
Last season. Ball was tipped out of bounds. Stays with Purdue with 8 to shoot. Braden Smith, catch and release, and Purdue is hot.
Great job of bodying up, keeping Bryce Williams uncomfortable.
And now Braden Smith fading away. There is nothing to...
And I mean, we got some representation here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, in this building. Fletcher Lawyer, Caleb First, and then our man. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I was anticipating Heidi doing something.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the Indiana Mr. Basketball rankings in this state the last 4 years. We've got a lot of those guys out on the court here today.
Oh,
how about Braden Smith? He's one of them.
Out of that realm. It is a difficult venue.
Might have to dig into that later on in our broadcast. 8-5 Purdue. Rutgers has turned it over 5 times. Scarlet Knights looking for a big win. They've yet to notch a resume builder yet this year.
Better show by Somerville on that ball. This kid, you can't give him that.
Yeah.
Just can't give him that.
Roll.
He needs somebody to step up. He got some opportunity the other night. Had his impact.
He scored his first career collegiate points Monday. He looked the part too. Smith,
Whatever he wants. Usually converts.
Smith.
Nobody's cutting.
Yeah. Picked up his dribble in an awkward area, but got some help. They're finally getting loud here at the old rack. Smith, the pull-up J. Smith calls his own number. Got it! Boy. Harris's dad, Glenn Robinson, former player of the year in college basketball, went on to a long professional career.
Empty side. He makes no shot. Marquette Smith. He gets Marquette. But this guy preps him. They're really sophisticated offensively. Really test your communication ability. And this kid sort of runs the show. Great conductor.
Braden Smith.
mentioned earlier, rebounding has been a key for them, keeping people off the glass. It's been a difference in the games. And I thought they'd be okay today, but so far it's been a key for Toledo.
Just 33 rebounds a game as Smith passed up the three. They get it inside. Kaufman and Red. Now back over to Smith in the corner. And he's got that one.
He's somebody that could give that to him. So just to get an offensive rebound here, I'm sure Coach Painter felt good about that.
Smith wide open three. Buries another one. He's a double. 4 straight possessions of turnovers for Toledo. Again, this is a team that only averages 9.2 turnovers a game. 6 already in the contest. Smith directing traffic. 5 to shoot. Smith from the baseline. He's got a baker's dozen. Tough shot. Flying in. Just keep missing right at the rim is Toledo. That time it was Isaiah Adams.
Again, we talk about they're getting good possessions on the defensive end. The Boilermakers, they just aren't getting those rebounds to get transitions.
Six to shoot for Purdue. Smith doing it all by himself. Lays it up and in.
Other people that don't get to come to the game when the students here, they're getting this opportunity over the holiday break.
Yeah, the screams may be a tad more high-pitched today with all the youngsters that are in the crowd, but still the same energy. A great place to take in a basketball game. If you haven't, it is unreal. Smith falls away. Shoulders are going. Starting to get fun. Here comes Purdue. Smith, transition three, buries it. A post touch instead leads to a 4-on-1 break. There's a three, no good. And Purdue and C.J. Cox hustle for the rebound. Smith in transition from the wing. Another one.
Every time you think Purdue's going to get a run going, Toledo's had an answer and made it tough on them.
Purdue is led by as many as 15. Nice drive. And, it's not because of the guys that left either. He put the work in.
Yes, there's no doubt. Coach Painter said he's always in the gym, always asking questions. Sometimes questions he doesn't even know what he's got the answer for, but he gives them.
Smith, wide open three. Career high for Braden.
To change his playbook because all those plays were going to that big guy, and they were relying on it. And actually, last year he changed a little bit, a lot more ball screens because of Braden getting better, using those ball screens and not being so predictable. 32 has been much better. Points, not giving up points off turnovers, taking care of the basketball. But the second chance points and offensive rebounds have been the one thing he's going to harp on in practice this week.
16 offensive rebounds, matching their season high for Toledo. Smith falls away from the elbow, rattles in another one.
Strike early. Simple action, getting it to the one side and a quick backdoor cut. Purdue got caught watching the ball.
Today's starting lineups brought to you by RX Benefits. Again, Braden Smith, one of the best point guards in the country. There he is, knocking down the three.
The rebound when there's a miss, but all 5 black shirts have to get on the glass, or they're not going to be able to get out in transition and give up easy buckets.
That is 7 offensive rebounds, 10 second chance points for Auburn. Kelly off a screen. Almost banked it home. Purdue ball. Smith, a quick three, and it goes.
You can tell he silently leads this club, buys in or has bought in. And on the floor, Obasaki is a real good offensive player. Post up, spin, left-hander.
He's also really physical defensively, and he's on Braden Smith. Watch Obasaki on Braden Smith when Braden Smith gives it up.
Purdue 0 of 4 from 3 until that shot.
He loved put the dribble up.
Smith a hand on it. 5 turnovers for the Aggies.
Need some easy baskets early. Nice recovery.
Braden Smith needs to keep the ball in his hands. He needs to be the playmaker. Once he gives it up, to not let him get it back.
Boy, they are guarding inside.
Long 3. Got it.
That's a killer.
Great. Oh, he's got the answer. Quiets the crowd.
He is the answer.
He's got 10.
When he gets it going from deep, you got to keep going to him because he can really get smoking.
Most play-by-play guys I work with usually do that to me, but then
you don't need to worry about that, Raf. Today.
It's a weak side.
Oh, he had the extra look. Maybe a little late.
Now, Smith. That's a 3.
Does he get his feet set beautifully?
Wow.
His first bucket.
He's only been shooting 32% from 3, but that's what he's known for. That's what they have him here for. Buzz's first recruit.
At 13 earlier in the year.
He's starting to get Kaufman-Wren in the middle of the floor now with the ball. That's where they're really effective. Watch Braden Smith coming behind.
Loves that left shoulder.
Shot clock down.
Boy, look at how they rag you.
Smith rises and hits. Wow. It's a 3.
Scoring from last season, Rich.
Yeah, Payne from Minnesota, Wilcher from Nebraska.
And I'll bet wherever they came from, they didn't guard like they guard here.
That's a good one. I hear you.
No.
They didn't rebound either like they did here.
Phelps from SMU. That's the Troika. 7-0 run right now.
Burton has been begging. They don't even look in at him.
They're trying to get.
Look at that's a long 3. And it falls. A squisher.
Certainly done a better job this year of expanding his game a little bit out to that 13, 14 feet area.
How about that nifty move by Smith?
But just so physical, an important stat to track.
That's a missed opportunity in the paint. Reese, though.
There you go. Reese getting on the glass.
But somehow he lost it. Lawyer comes away with it. 4 Maryland turnovers. Braden Smith, what a good shot fake. And the 18-footer drop. Miguel sizing up Smith, backing up, left it short. Braden Smith will stop it, pop, and it rolls down.
Got whatever my dry cleaning has available.
27-25 Maryland here out of the under 4 media timeout.
We don't all have 15 suits to choose
all
from.
right. See if Purdue can find some better offense to choose from here. Both of these offenses continuing to struggle a bit. Braden Smith, that is a tough fadeaway shot. Down to a 3-point game. How about Smith with a block? Rising at 6 feet to reject it. And then he'll try to tie it, and he does! Harris Smith gives it up. Miguel, short.
With a really good activity there. Braden Smith in, gets out to contest. Trey Kaufman-Wren flying in. A good defensive possession there by Purdue.
Maryland got up by 7, but Purdue trying to go up 4 here, and Will Smith is catching fire. Oh, look at Derek Queen navigating. Lost it. Tries to get it back, and he throws it away. Braden Smith, he'll take it. Got it. Got 15 now.
That drop coverage, he comes off. Miles Colvin getting picked off. That's a Gillespie step-in 3. That drop coverage, if your guard doesn't get over the screen, it's going to be an open shot. We got drop coverage 3s everywhere.
Oh, goodness. Maryland so dominant Thursday in that 24-point win against Ohio State. And they had the lead here for a lot of the game, especially early. But right now it's the Boilers who have the 8-point advantage. Smith patient, gets the screen. 3 to shoot. Left hand high off the window.
Everybody left Smith, and he's got
up and doesn't want to over dribble.
Kern into traffic, unafraid of 3 Boilermakers down there.
It's really good defense from Trey Kaufman-Wren.
Now Smith running the floor. The Boilermakers. Smith Corner jumper goes.
They haven't gone down early. They've been a good shooting team on the year. Over 35% from the three-point line.
Trey Kaufman-Renn coming off a 22-point game. He is doubled. What a step through there. Just blew up the double team. Got a wide-open shot for Braden. Boyers shooting better than 50% from three so far this season. Dia the miss, and Kaufman-Renn the rebound. An 8-0 Purdue run. Can Smith add to it? Yes! First foul on Murray. Now 14 fouls at Ole Miss. C.J. Cox down the floor for the first time for Purdue. Where's number 0? Right now it's Smith. Trey Kaufman-Renn draws 2, works out of it. And here's, yep, it's Smith for 3.
That was high level. This time Ole Miss snapping back.
Burrell got a good screen, a good look, left it short. Kaufman-Renn the rebound. Colvin beats first, kicks it back out. Smith, how about number 4? Lawyer accounting for over 60% of the offense. And speaking of Lawyer, right on cue, short. Heide, though, with the rebound.
Twice now we've seen Cam Heide just fly in there, not blocked out, and steal a possession.
And Braden Smith capitalizes on the extra opportunity
there. You know you got the help to the baseline. Gray Davis still able to get to the middle.
Both teams in the bonus. Smith, the quick answer.
Just the blow-by ground jumper. But just great recognition there by Huntley Hatfield of seeing that Cam Heide is cheating to the middle of the floor, and that reverse pivot, well done.
Brandon Huntley Hatfield, he committed to NC State during the NCAA tournament run last year. Smith up top for 3.
Boy, what a sign right there for Purdue.
First half adds to it, tie game.
That is grown man basketball from Brandon Huntley Hatfield. Purdue, not a great defensive rebounding team on the year. Huntley Hatfield going up and getting it and finding that strong right hand.
6 points, 5 rebounds for the Louisville transfer. Final 90 seconds. Smith the fadeaway. Smooth. Braden Smith.
That's the answer.
5.
You got to be louder.
What a tough start for us.
Yeah, right. Boyer's so good without the ball. Got it to the corner, and that goes down for Smith.
If he gets it going, it's a different team.
Ben Gold for 3. It's his 6th 3 of the year. There's been foul trouble so far this season, but when he's been in the game, and his development is key to Marquette.
It looks like he's confident now. Out of that Merlin game.
Smith on one leg, got it to go. And you see his face, it's like he did nothing.
Easy for him.
Kaufman-Renn having to work hard against Joplin. Double from Mitchell. Kaufman-Renn got around him into the corner, and Smith drills it. Spectacular tonight for Marquette. Kaufman-Renn leaning into a pass for Smith. That's a big shot for Purdue.
And a hustle rebound to Harris. Lawyer. Berg. And Matt Painter thinking about the rebounding battle, Robbie, and so far, I know it's early, but they've looked good that way.
And so far, Berg has defended Amori and now been a factor on the offensive boards.
Smith had 22 Monday night. Led the Boilers in every category. There's his first two.
Oh, that's pretty right there. And it being Mackey Arena, boy, that is a tough spot for these freshmen.
Braden Smith has a bucket and an assist, making 2 buckets.
Yeah, but right there. Deal in November, December, and look at where they end up in the Final Four.
Tough fade away.
Man.
To the lane, kicks it out to Holloway. They had made 3 threes. Here comes Smith. He's got Lawyer. Couldn't quite get it to him. Game high 7 assists right now for Smith. Miles Colvin has been quiet offensively. Smith fade away.
Boy, that is hot. Is emptied out, and there is just nobody home to take Nelson rolling.
He's got 9 points and 8 rebounds. Back and forth we go here in the second half. Crimson side back on top. Smith. Second time we've seen that resistance. Holloway just hit the 3. Baseline to Reed. Heidi rebound.
Oh, Purdue lucky. Cam Heidi got back up there. Had no idea where Darion Reed was.
Looking for buckets on back-to-back possessions. Kaufman right to Smith.
And Smith just
of Daniel Jacobson's absence and go right after Wilbur. Here's Braden Smith looking for a 3. He'll find it at the top of the key. Bird turns him away. Here's Alaton, the floater, a little strong. The rebound ripped down by Jakari Harris. Smith with the 3.
His minutes had dwindled through the first game. He didn't play all that much, so it's kind of cleared a bit. Now, you could easily throw Cam Heidi in there, and Purdue now also with the opportunity to go small and play Kaufman right at the 5.
Now here's Simmons, poke free, Smith with the steal. And Smith to the other end for the easy 2. Braden Smith. Boulakidas, step back 3. Rolls off the front of the rim and ends up with Colvin.
Purdue doing a good job on Boulakidas for the most part here. Except for the 1-3 knockdown. They have contested his shots.
1 for 4 from the floor. Smith, tough shot, making it look easy.
Middle of the lane.
And right back to a 6-point game again. Simmons with 8. A perfect 4 for 4 from the floor. Smith will launch. That 3 will fall.
And they aren't used to guarding the handler. Oh, wow.
Oh, my. Smith picks the pocket.
And with that, the freshman, Jacobson, wins the tip-off. The first freshman to start for the Boilermakers at center since 2007-2008. That was Jawan Johnson. Before that, you have to go all the way back to the 80s.
Center, he can get it done inside. He can really stretch the defense. He can shoot from the outside. He's a good perimeter defender, too. But he's just not the best at any of those categories. But he's been fighting. He's really worked hard in practice, and that's why he's not redshirting this year. He's going to get time.
Smith dancing around, puts up the mid-range, and that's a beautiful... Can be a guy that's a consistent double-double getter. He's having a pretty solid game right now.
Yeah, Smith pulled down that rebound for Purdue, and he hasn't. He's played every single second of this game thus far.
Nice hands there. Finds Smith open at the top of the arc to the paint. Just can't get his hands on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Atijere could touch 12 feet with his vertical and his wingspan.
And that
rebounder for this Purdue team.
When they're going to need guys like that to rebound.
Absolutely. There's a void from the 12 or 13 rebounds that were sucked up by Zach Edey last year.
There's Braden Smith. Spin down to the post and Clark. Jacobson with the rejection. Smith will back it out. Smith turns the corner all the way up and in. Braden Smith. Williams trying to split. Kaufman Wren with a takeaway. Here comes Smith. Looking. And Kaufman Wren, the skipper to the lawyer.
Long passes in this game are certainly dangerous.
13 to shoot. Smith will turn the corner. On the drive. He's got a double-double.
There we go again.